GTA 6 is currently banned in China, Russia, and the Gulf nations. And, part of the reason this being is because it has a huge violence rating. And also, it's considered a very criminal, an unethical game. So, a lot of people in a lot of these countries, they say, we're not going to let our people play this. It's a bit too violent, it's a bit too crazy. But I thought, with the, recent Netflix extended trailer that they just dropped today, I said, maybe I should make a video talking about this since we talk about technology in a raw and real way. That's what we call Rawnology, man. Make sure you like, comment, and mother and subscribe. But anyways, I said, let's go ahead and talk about it, man, because it's very important to, really break down how this can affect your psyche in a very demonic and evil way, right? Now, real quick preface, right? I'm not a perfect person myself. You know what I'm saying? I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Like, it ain't a joke, man. And a lot of people are hypocrites. A lot of people talk ish, but they be doing a little dumb ish on the side too. So, I'm not somebody that's like, oh, I'm better than thou and all this ish. But I do want to just break down things that are very clear. Things that are very transparent, things that are very, transparent maybe for me, but not for like others. It's like how I would want somebody to break down something that I'm maybe not understanding, et cetera, et cetera. So, when it comes down to this game, man, I've been around the world. There's things that people, there's certain laws and certain things and that people allow in foreign countries. I've been all around the world. I've been to many continents, actually the majority of continents on this planet Earth and many countries within. And, there's things people do in these foreign countries and I'm like, kind of opposed to that. But then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? This is your country. I'm gonna let you do what you guys choose to do. I'm not gonna even, I'll speak on it, make some content off it, but I don't really care at the end of the day. This is your life, you know what I'm saying? And all I can do is speak on things, man. I ain't Martin Luther King, you feel me? I'm just a mother effer just here, trying to keep things raw and real. So I thought it would be good to, talk about this GTA 6 game, mainly because, in America, we're already desensitized to violence. They say we're not in a war zone inside of America, but I'm like, if we constantly avoiding getting pow, you know what I'm saying? And we constantly getting, explosions happening all over the place and we constantly trying to avoid that on a daily basis. A road rage incident inside of America can literally be the last day of your life. We've had movies on this and shows, news reportings, all types of things. Goddamn, like we already in GTA inside of America, yet people want to play the game to become even more desensitized, right? So, I thought it would be important to bring this up because I'm like, we already in GTA 6. We in GTA 7, we in GTA 8, we in GTA 9 and 10. So some of y'all waiting for Rockstar to go ahead and drop the others. And I'm like, man, listen, we already there, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And sisters for the sister gamers, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and talk about the first reason that this is going to affect a lot of people psychologically in a very evil and demonic, immoral way. Now, the first thing is the immersive graphics and, the AI blurring the lines of, basically reality. When you have a simulation like this, right, that you can get on the game, you can go ahead and just off somebody. You can go ahead and, basically immerse yourself into a game that seems so realistic. And I'm going to be honest, Netflix, I don't know if it's just because it was displaying on Netflix, but I don't know. The body movement seemed a little stiff. I did see some other people commenting about this. I'm not really a gamer like that, but I did see some people talking about this. I saw some other people talking about the fact that, it just it didn't seem human enough, you know what I'm saying? But I get it then at the same time, because me personally from the outside looking in the game, I'm like, you know what? It's kind of hard to make everybody super fluid in their movements, like real humans, right? So I think to myself like this, right? I think to myself, well, if we have a game that, blurs the lines between reality, it's going to be very hard for people to be able to kind of break away from that mentally. You go ahead, you walk into a store, you take somebody's head off right inside of the game. What's stopping you from doing that in real life too? At this point, we're already so desensitized to stuff, and this game will only desensitize us further. So I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, it's easy to shoot somebody that's not real looking, right? Because it's clear that this is a video game character. But when you have a GTA 6 reality that looks so real, shooting that person that, is almost indistinguishable from, a real human in real life, you'll just notice more people over time will be like, well, you know what? I just shot a few people in the game. I might as well shoot some people. For instance, right? Let's take this for instance. I've seen some people, right? I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Inglewood, Cali, to be exact. I've seen people in my life, young men, unfortunately, too, where I grew up in, even in certain areas, some people are like, oh, just in the black ones. No, trailers too, trailer park areas as well. Yeah, I've seen certain things. And, these people, they'll do something, just because spur of the moment. Let's say they got cut off in the road. They'll get out the car and just blam, shoot somebody. And then they'll look at their hands, look at the blood, look at the gun and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did this. Well, what just happened right there? That's because whatever desensitized them so much that when they went into the real life and something triggered them and they did the action, they realized right at that moment. That's why you see people look at their hands and they start crying after and what did I just do? Yeah, because you are not exactly yourself, You're not exactly yourself. This is why you need a Snicker or a Twix. What is the candy that they be saying that you ain't yourself? But yeah, the person not exactly they self. So that's why they went ahead and did that demonic and evil thing. But when you have a game that's so realistic, what's stopping more people from doing more stupidity? Y'all dig what I'm trying to say here? Let's get to number 2, right? Now, number 2, I say is, the excessive amount of dopamine that's produced from a game like this is going to be pretty severe. I mean, I saw a section of the, extended trailer on Netflix. I saw that, they had this guy with the VR headset and he was basically gooning. You know what I'm saying? He was getting that mother effer out. Like, dude was he had the VR headset on and he was, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn. If we have, clearly there's going to be, ways that you can have, some experiences inside of a game like this, right? At least I would hope if you paying this amount of money, right? So at some point you start to think to yourself, well, damn, what's going to make a lot of these dudes want girlfriends? I mean, I made a previous video talking about how, AI, is on the up and coming when it comes to dating. AI is the future of dating, with women already, being extremely unrealistic, very unreasonable. And we do have a decent amount of real women, and I mean decent amount, which is lower than, what you need to have a healthy population. But in a society where it's already a decline of families and a decline of, healthy minded, legacy building families and people, you don't want games like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to keep somebody staying online. There's a section on Black Mirror where they put these things on their head. Do you guys remember this thing? Look at this thing that I just put on my head right here. You see this little button on my head? Now, in the show Black Mirror, another Netflix show, you'll notice that they use that to basically get into the video games. They have that common in a lot of these series because basically it's accessing, I don't know if it's the pineal gland, but it's accessing the brain, right? It's basically accessing the brain and it's able to bring you into a reality where you believe that it's really real, so real that, now your nerves and your body's involved. I know they're trying to patent something where you can, feel the vibrations, through the remote. Like every time you take a life, you can feel it. So I'm like, see, that's not good. Do you know how many people already are in a relationship with AI? They said 100 million people worldwide are in a relationship with AI. Do you know how bad it is when you have a new game coming out like GTA 6 where they have a VR headset on and they're gooning to a shorty? Like, it's literally like you're in the act with the shorty. Do you know how many, guys that are out here lonely? And it will help society to an extent, but then at the same time, it's not helpful in a positive way. It's only something that, temporarily fixes a major issue. And that's that we're not having healthy families. We're not having any type of, healthy reproduction. Everything has become completely financial, when it comes to real love, real dating, etc. So that's not going to help either. So, these are temporary fixes, but it's not exactly a fix. And it's so temporary that, does it help? Technically, but does the problem get worse after this? 110%. Because after this, right now we're in a time where everybody is dating, internationally. This is like the new way of dating. But after this, is going to be robotic dating. Like, that's the only thing that comes next. There's a whole movie about it called Subservience. Great movie with Megan Fox. Oh my gosh, she looked good as hell. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. Check out Megan Fox in that for sure. But yeah, so it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, right? So yeah, man, that's another issue. And, number 3, I'll say, and make sure you guys follow me at Rawnology on all my social media platforms. And number 3, I'll say societal paranoia and more crime, right? And this is what I was saying before. I was saying that these are temporary fixes. Let's say you're somebody that already is somebody that wants to go blam, blam and shoot somebody up or shoot up a school or something. Let's say you're already somebody mentally like that, but this game temporarily, GTA 6 temporarily makes you feel like, you know what? I don't think I need to go blam, blam a school because I can just do it in the video game. Well, that's a temporary fix for an actual deep-rooted problem, And a lot of you guys might be thinking to yourself right now too, like, well, I'm not somebody that's crazy enough to go ahead and shoot up a school or shoot up anybody. But the main issue here is when you desensitize your mind so much with video games like this that are hyper realistic, and it's hard to, differentiate them from real life. That psychologically takes a toll on your mental health in a truly demonic way. I'm not saying don't have fun and stuff. Some people are able to, play these video games and understand, I would even say the majority of people are able to play these in a decent way and it doesn't affect their real life. But it starts to come a thing, right, when more wars start to occur inside of, certain countries. And, so many of us, we just watch CNN and we can just watch somebody pass away and we can watch somebody get offed with a drone. And we just look at these type of shows and we say to news reporting stations, we look at these young people just getting offed and losing their lives. And we say to ourselves in America and Western countries, wow, that's sad, on to the next thing, back to GTA 6. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying these type of games desensitize us further. So while you might not be somebody that shoots up a school or shoots up anybody in your entire life, just the desensitization is not healthy. It's not healthy. So I'll just keep it like that, man. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. And games like this, you guys will be surprised, but it's been proven scientifically to make people more paranoid as well. So just make sure you protect your mental health while playing this game. And, for all the gooners, man, goon away. And until next time, man, stay raw, stay real. You already know the deal, man. We gone. Holla.